Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're taking a fascinating plunge into AI avatars.
Right.
And we're not just talking about, static AI pictures or just voices alone.
No, no.
We mean embodied characters, faces, voices, characters that actually talk.
Now, your first thought might be, okay, isn't that just like animating a face and sticking a voiceover on top?
Exactly. That's what you'd think, right? But here's where it gets really tricky.
Uh-huh.
The real challenge is making those facial expressions, that body language, move realistically and, crucially, in perfect sync with the voice.
Yeah.
Think about it. If someone's mouth moves but the rest of their face is totally deadpan, it just looks weird.
Super weird. Or like if the voice sounds really excited, but the face is completely still.
Right. The whole illusion just shatters instantly.
It does. Our brains are just so good at picking up on those little mismatches, those subtle movements that need to line up.
We just know when something's off. But the good news is there's been incredible progress.
Oh, definitely.
We're already seeing these AI avatars pop up in content creation, in advertising, even corporate comms.
Yeah, lots of places.
Now, okay, a lot of what's out there now are kind of talking heads, mostly just the face and shoulders.
True. Functional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the potential is huge. We've been really digging into the latest research, and we actually tested, over 20 different avatar platforms?
Yep, at least, yeah. Hands-on testing. And some of the stuff coming down the pike is seriously impressive.
So that's our mission for this deep dive, basically. We want to unpack what's working now with AI avatars, give you a glimpse of what's coming next, the exciting stuff,
Right.
and show off some of the coolest products we found in our testing.
Sounds good.
Okay, so let's maybe start with the research itself. How did we even get here? Because making a believable AI avatar, it turns out, is a uniquely tough research problem.
It really is. And sort of at the core of it is this concept called phone-to-visum mapping.
Phone-to-visum, okay.
Yeah, think of it like this. Speech sounds are phone sounds.
Right.
And the mouth shapes we make for those sounds, those are visms.
Got it. Sound to shape.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
That link, that mapping, has to be spot on, if it's even a tiny bit off.
It looks like bad dubbing.
Totally. Like a badly dubbed movie. Completely out of sync, ruins the whole effect.
But it's way more complicated than just the mouth moving, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. When we talk, it's our whole face, right?
Yeah.
Eyebrows move, cheeks, eyes.
Yeah, you don't even think about it.
And the upper body often shifts. Maybe you use your hands. Plus, everyone's different.
How so?
Well, you and I could say the exact same sentence, but the way our mouths move, the specific shapes, could be subtly different. It's kind of like a fingerprint.
Huh. Interesting. So you can't just copy-paste lip movements?
Nope. It wouldn't look right. It wouldn't look natural on your face.
Okay, so that's the challenge. And the research really started tackling this when, around 2017, you said.
Yeah, that seems to be when things really started heating up. We've seen this, clear progression of the AI models being used.
What did that look like?
Well, the early stuff often used models like CNNs, convolutional neural networks, good for image patterns,
Right.
Then came Jan's generative adversarial networks, better at actually creating new faces, though maybe a bit unstable sometimes.
Okay.
Then we saw a shift towards 3D approaches, things like NeurIFs, neural radiance fields, and 3D morphable models, trying to build a proper 3D representation of the head.
Yeah, so not just a flat image anymore, more like a digital sculpture.
Kind of, yeah, which allows for much better head turns, different angles, that sort of thing, more realistic movement.
And then things kicked up another notch.
Big time. With transformers, the architecture behind models like GPT
Sure.
and diffusion models, which are amazing at generating really high-quality, detailed images and video.
And now the latest is DIT.
Yep, diffusion transformers. Basically combining the power of diffusion with that transformer architecture. State-of-the-art stuff.
Wow, that's quite an evolution. Are there specific models or papers people might recognize?
Yeah, if you track the research, you see names like auto-driven facial animation early on, then deep video portraits using GANs.
Okay.
Then things like few-shot adversarial learning, trying to get good results with less data, make it talk, pose controllable models, sad talker, each adding pieces like better pose control or smoother animation.
Right.
And more recently, you've got code talker, EMO, which is a big one, ByteDance's omni-human, models like Wave 2 Lip, which focus heavily on sync, 80 Nerf, Faceformer, DiffTalk, and Microsoft's recent VESA, It's just been rapid fire.
The difference must be night and day compared to the early stuff.
Oh, absolutely. The quality and what they can actually do.
Yeah.
Early methods were pretty basic, like trying to animate lips on just a single photo.
Yeah, just guessing based on the audio.
Pretty much. And you needed tons of video of one person, like those lip-syncing Obama examples. Hours of footage for something that still looked a bit limited.
Right, I remember those. They seemed amazing at the time, but...
But now, models can generate not just the head, but like half the body, sometimes the full body moving.
Really?
Yeah, realistic faces, dynamic backgrounds, all in the same clip.
How do they keep the lip sync right with all that going on?
Well, they're trained on absolutely massive data sets now, similar to text-to-video models. And they have specific techniques built in to really lock that audio to the mouth movements, even while everything else is moving.
So the models are just much, much bigger and smarter.
Basically, yes.
Yeah.
We saw ByteDance's OmniHuman 1 model back in February. That was impressive. It's in their Germina platform now.
But things move fast.
Incredibly fast. Just a month later, March, HeyGen dropped Character 3. And based on our testing, like putting them head-to-head.
Yeah.
For most common uses right now, HeyGen seems to be, well, best in class. It just performs really well across the board.
What's cool about HeyGen?
Well, besides the quality, it can handle non-human stuff too. We saw an example of a Waymo car talking.
Ah, okay.
And you can prompt emotions now, tell it how the character should feel or move just using text.
That's a big step. And it's moving beyond just talking heads, you said, into animation.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
There's this whole trend inspired by like Studio Ghibli style animation.
Oh, cool.
And we saw this great example using HeyGen, took one static drawing, added audio, and it generated the main character talking, face moving, upper body. And it's subtly animated characters in the background too.
Wow, from just one image and audio.
Yep. It really shows the creative potential that's being unlocked here.
It really does seem like AI avatars could change how we interact with digital stuff in a big way.
For sure. Which kind of leads us naturally into thinking about the real world jobs they're already doing.
Absolutely. The potential uses seem, well, almost endless. Anywhere you have a speaking character in a video, basically.
Yeah, and we're seeing them across the board. Individual consumers, small businesses, big enterprises.
Right. Now, you mentioned the market's still early kind of blurry lines between products.
Yeah, I mean, theoretically, a lot of these tools could do lots of different things, but realistically, it's hard to be amazing at everything.
So we're seeing specialization start to happen.
Exactly. Platforms focusing on specific niches or customer types.
Okay, let's break that down, starting with consumers. What are individuals doing with this character creation, you said?
Yeah, and this feels like a huge unlock for creativity, honestly.
How so?
Just for everyday storytelling. Being able to take an image and make it talk, that's massive.
Right.
Remember how early AI videos got criticized? Great visuals, but no talking characters.
Right, just a voiceover. It felt detached.
Exactly. The moment you make a character talk and show emotion, it's instantly more engaging. We're seeing AI streamers pop up, virtual podcasters, AI characters in music videos. Tools like HeyGen make it pretty easy now, image plus audio or script, and boom, speaking character.
And it's not just generating from scratch.
No, if you have existing video and just need to fix the lip sync, there are tools like Sync specifically for that.
Okay.
Or if you want to drive the character's movement with your own performance, you've got things like Runway Act 1 or Vigil.
Cool. Any standout examples of creators using this?
I saw this amazing project called The Monoverse by NeuralViz.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, imagining this post-human world with these digital beings called glurons. It just shows we're probably going to see an explosion of AI-generated shows, AI influencers, just because it's getting so much easier to make them.
Lowering the barrier to entry.
Massively. And looking ahead, think about real-time streaming. Imagine an AI language coach, not just a voice, but a character with a face, a personality you interact with.
Like Practica.
Exactly. They're an early example. Those interactions are only going to get smoother and more natural.
Okay, so that's consumers. What about SMBs? Small and medium businesses. You mentioned lead gen, ads.
Yeah, ads feel like a really obvious killer use case here.
Why is that?
Well, think about the cost and hassle of hiring actors, getting a film crew.
Right, it's a lot.
Now, businesses can use realistic AI avatars instead. Platforms like Creatify or Arcads can basically take a product link and generate a whole ad script, visuals, AI actor, the works.
So it democratizes video advertising.
Totally. Especially for businesses on tighter budgets. It's big in e-commerce, games, apps already. You've probably seen tons of these ads and maybe didn't even realize they were AI.
Huh. Probably.
And now B2B companies are starting to use them too for content marketing, personalized outreach. Think Yuzu Labs, Vidyard exploring that space.
So what does a typical setup look like?
Often it's an AI actor, could be a clone of someone, or totally unique mixed with product shots, video clips, music.
Right.
Users might get some control over arranging things or just let the AI handle it. And the script can be user-written or AI-generated.
Flexible. Okay, now moving up to the big leagues. Enterprises. What are they doing besides marketing?
Oh, lots. It's really about scaling content creation.
Like what?
Learning and development is a big one. Think about all the training videos big companies make, onboarding, compliance, tutorials, skills stuff.
What did those?
Tools like Synthesia automate a lot of that. It makes it way faster and easier to produce and update that content.
And more interactive stuff, too.
Yeah, imagine practicing, say, negotiation skills with a realistic AI avatar from a company like Onum. Safe space to practice.
That's clever. What else?
Localization is huge. If you're a global company, adapting videos for different languages, different cultures,
Yeah.
that's complex.
Yeah, translation, cultural nuances.
AI actors plus AI voice translation, like from ElevenLabs, make that way easier. Create the core video once, then quickly generate versions for dozens of languages with natural AI voices.
That's a massive efficiency game.
Definitely. And one more, executive presence.
Meaning?
Scaling communication from leaders.
Yeah.
Create a digital twin of your CEO or a key exec.
To do what?
Deliver personalized messages, product updates, thank you notes to employees without the exec having to record every single one.
Ah, cloning their persona.
Exactly. Companies like Delphi and Cicero are even using this to let thought leaders interact with way more people through these digital versions.
Fascinating. Okay, so that's what they're being used for. Let's get back to the how. What are the key ingredients? What makes a good AI avatar?
Right. Making one that's actually believable is, it's a mix of challenges. More than just avoiding that creepy, uncanny valley feeling. You need solid animation, good speech synthesis, real-time rendering if needed.
Okay, break it down for us. Let's start with the face.
Okay, the face.
Yeah.
Consistency is key, obviously. It needs to look like the same person or character frame after frame.
Right.
And the movement needs to be natural. But the real tricky part is what you might call context-aware expressiveness.
Meaning?
Like if the script says, I'm tired, the avatar shouldn't just say it. It should maybe look tired, maybe even yawn convincingly. The AI needs to understand the meaning and show it.
Ah, matching the expression to the word's meaning. That sounds hard.
It is. Then there's the voice.
Needs to sound real, obviously.
Yes, but also match the character. You can't have a teenager's face with, like, an old man's voice. It breaks the illusion.
So where do the voices come from?
A lot of avatar platforms actually partner with specialized voice AI companies. ElevenLabs is a really common one we saw. They have huge libraries of voices, and they can also clone existing voices really well.
Okay, so they often outsource the voice part.
Yeah, helps ensure quality and realism there.
Yeah.
Then, the big one, lip sync.
Still a major hurdle.
Always. It's fundamental, but getting it perfect is incredibly difficult. There are companies, like Sync, just dedicated to solving this one problem.
Wow.
And the big models, like Meta's Mocha or OmniHuman, they're trained specifically to create a really strong link between the audio and the facial generation. It has to be tight.
Makes sense. Okay, face, voice, lip sync. What about the body? It can't just be a floating head.
Exactly. We're seeing more full-body avatars emerge, definitely, but it's still early days in terms of like sophisticated movement and just making it widely available and easy to use. Natural full-body animation is still really tough.
And the background. Where does the avatar exist?
Also important, how well is it integrated? Does the lighting match? Is there a sense of depth? Ideally, you want avatars that can actually interact with stuff in the scene.
Like holding a product in an ad.
Yeah, that's a good example. That adds a whole other layer of complexity, but also realism.
Okay, so those are the core visual and audio parts. What if you want it to be conversational, like interact in real time, like in a Zoom call or something?
Ah, yeah, that adds more requirements. First, you need a brain.
A brain, like AI smarts.
Pretty much. The avatar needs to be able to think, process what's being said, and respond intelligently. Right now, that usually means connecting it to a knowledge base, like documents you upload.
Okay.
In the future, we'll see more memory, maybe distinct personalities, making the conversation feel much more natural.
And the other piece for real time.
Streaming. Low latency streaming.
Ah, getting all that data, face, voice, sync, body across the internet fast enough.
Exactly. It's a big technical challenge. Companies like LiveKit and Agora specialize in this kind of real-time communication infrastructure.
Are there good examples yet?
Some promising early ones, yeah. There's an AI alien companion called Tolan that does near real-time voice and face interaction, but getting it super smooth, super detailed, with very low delay. Still work in progress.
Okay, so a lot of progress, but still room to grow. What are the key improvements we'd like to see coming soon? What's on the wish list?
Good question. Definitely character consistency and transformation is one.
Mm.
Right now, an avatar usually has one look. Maybe a few variations, like HeyGen's Raul character has like 20 looks.
Right.
But ideally, you'd want to easily transform a character much more dramatically, customize them in lots of ways without losing consistency.
Yeah, more flexibility.
Yeah.
And better facial movement still.
Absolutely. Better facial movement and expressiveness. It's improved so much, but faces can still sometimes look a bit stiff. Maybe the emotions aren't quite nuanced enough.
Right.
We're seeing tools like Captions Mirage, aiming for more naturalism, a wider emotional range. But the goal is for the AI to really get the subtext, show real fear if the script implies danger.
True emotional depth. And body movement. You mentioned that's still early.
Yeah, definitely need progress there. Moving beyond just limited gestures below the face. Some tools like Argil let you pick pre-made gestures.
Okay, like a library.
But ideally, the AI would infer natural gestures from the speech itself. Just figure out the right hand movements, the right posture, automatically.
That would be cool. What about interacting with the world?
Yes. Interacting with the real world, or the virtual world, I guess. Being able to, say, convincingly hold and show off a product in an ad. That feels like a near-term goal. Top View is working on stuff like that.
Making them feel more grounded in the scene.
Exactly. And finally, just more real-time applications.
The conversational stuff.
Yeah. Imagine that AI doctor or an AI sales assistant you can actually talk to face-to-face virtually, or interacting with fictional characters.
Latency is the key there.
Latency and reliability, yeah. But it's getting better. That Tavis demo showed more fluid real-time interactions possible. The potential is huge.
So, wrapping things up, where is all this heading? Crystal ball time.
Yeah.
Though predicting AI is tricky.
Yeah, notoriously difficult.
Yep.
But looking at how much the core model quality for talking heads has improved.
It feels like an inflection point.
It really does.
Yeah.
The underlying tech is finally good enough, consistently enough, that the application layer is set to just explode. We're going to see way more tools, way more use cases built on top.
And probably some big companies emerge.
I'd bet on it. Multiple billion-dollar companies, probably. But segmented.
How so?
Like, the company doing super high-end executive clones will be different from the one making tools for quick, fun anime clips for social media. Different needs, different markets.
Makes sense. And the key differentiator might be?
Workflow. Absolutely critical.
Yeah.
How easy is it to actually use the tool for your specific job?
Right.
If you're making ads, you need automation for product details, scripting, distribution, tracking results. Totally different from a storyteller who needs to save characters, reuse scenes, edit clips together easily.
The platforms that nail the workflow for their target user will win.
I think so, yeah. It's a really exciting space right now.
It really is. The progress is just staggering when you think back even a couple of years. We've come so far from just basic animated pictures.
Absolutely. It really makes you think, doesn't it?
Yeah.
About the implications, how we watch stuff, how we make stuff, how businesses talk to us.
Even how we connect with each other online.
Yeah, which kind of leads to a final thought for everyone listening.
Go for it.
With these avatars getting so realistic, so accessible, how might our whole idea of identity, of interaction in this digital world, how might that fundamentally change in the next few years?
That's definitely something to chew on.